Hello all, welcome to another art tutorial with Udo Creatives. In this tutorial, we will be going over how to blend acrylic paint using different techniques. For a smooth blending experience, the right brush selection is important. Brush size selection is another important thing you need to consider. Make sure to use most appropriate size according to your canvas dimensions. For example, here, my canvas is 10 by 12 inches and my brush is 1.5 inches. We will be using a cardboard piece as a palette. We'll start by taking out few drops of paint. Here we will be using cobalt blue, light purple and pink. Take clean water in a jar and wet your brush. Remove excess water if needed. Next, we'll apply each color one by one and we'll blend on the canvas. My advice is to blend using only horizontal strokes. Apply the next shade by leaving space between both colors. This will form our transition area. If your brush gets dry, make sure to wet it again. We'll mix both paints for the transitory shade on the palette first, and then start applying the paint on the canvas. Take your time and move your brush in horizontal strokes, up and down. For adding another color, again make sure to wet your brush. Take a small amount of paint and apply. Remember to keep your brush wet as it makes sure that the colors are smoothly blending with each other. For this example here, we're going down then up because we don't want to blend pink with purple in the lower portion. Remember to gradually add more color and wet your brush according to your needs. This technique is called horizontal wet-on-wet blending. It is one of my most used techniques as it makes smooth transitory backgrounds. The second method is also a form of horizontal wet-on-wet blending. But this time, we blend colors directly on the canvas. First thing to do is spray water from your spraying bottle onto the area. Carefully add a few drops of paint directly on the canvas. Here we will be using red, orange and yellow. Make sure to start with a clean and wet brush. A piece of cloth, tissue paper or paper towels can be used for cleaning. I would advise you to keep those around. Start blending from light to dark tones. Take your time while blending two tones together. Don't move up without applying enough strokes. As you can see, we move up when a smooth transition is made. Repeat the same method for other colors. Here's a tip: for merging two different transitions, clean your brush and blend with water only. Make sure your brush is wet enough. This method ensures smooth mixing and blending directly on the canvas. Another magical technique for blending acrylics is blending with a sponge rather than a brush. This gives a sort of patchy effect. A stationary sponge or an ordinary kitchen sponge can be used. We'll start by adding few drops of paint on the palette. Here I am using sap green, light green, yellow and black. Wet your sponge with clean water. Take a small amount of paint on your sponge and start applying by dabbing on the canvas. Gradually add more colors to give it that patchy blending effect. Fun fact: sponge dabbing is a classical technique. It is very effective in making custom-styled backgrounds. It gives you more control and lets you easily mix colors together. An absolute beginner can start practicing acrylics with this technique. Here, we're going from darker to light tones and blending them together. Dab in a circular motion, where the edges are meeting. Make sure to always use a sufficient amount of paint. Here, I am adding more highlights with yellow in the darker area. We can gradually add more dark or light patches until we're satisfied. As you can see, this classic technique gives a smoothly blended background for any artwork. This is the end of our blending with acrylics tutorial. Always remember to practice using different colors and styles to find out which one you enjoy the most. I also hope that you've gained insightful techniques in this tutorial, and I hope to see you use these techniques in your drawings. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to Udo Creatives for more art content.